Officers found liquid meth inside condom-filled pumpkins. So if your dealer sold you pumpkin spice meth and you're like, kind of tastes like latex, that's probably why. We'd like to start this week by giving out some awards for outstanding debate performances in our new segment, The Greatest Debates. First up, our award for saying ass the most times, which goes to Tim Ryan of Ohio.
All you do is kiss my ass to get my support. Was called an ass kisser by the former president. I don't kiss anyone's ass like him.
Don't ask him to say it again, because he will. Next up, our award for best prop comic goes to LARPer Herschel Walker, who tried out his police officer Halloween costume at his debate.
I am what with many police officers.
I ask you to put that prop away.
Well, it's not a prop.
Carrot Top is rolling over in his, oh, he's still alive? Good for him. Oh, breaking news. Herschel Walker is doubling down on the fake police badges and plans to hand them out at an upcoming event. Voters responded with, yes, finally! Enough with the policy proposals and speeches. Make me a fake police! Our award for best overall comic goes to Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin, whose Laugh At Me Not With Me comedy was a real hit with the young folks.
With a corrupt briefing and then leak that to smear me, I am... No, I mean,
I'm sorry.
Oh man, now I see why tickets to his show at the Apollo are so hard to get. The Who Dat award goes to Shane Hazel, the third candidate at the Kemp Abrams debate, who for some reason kept talking about Austrian economic policy.
What we need to do is get back to basics. Austrian economics.
So is that a question or?
Don't worry, this is the last you'll hear of that guy because he's definitely not getting elected. And the award for sassiest performance in a debate setting goes to Val Demings.
Why don't we just stop arresting murderers
The
then,
only
since
people
we
that follow
can't
these
find
laws
them
are
all?
law-abiding citizens.
Now that was sassy, but she's also advocating for her own self-interest after slaying Marco Rubio. And finally, most transparent candidate goes to Herschel Walker at his second debate. Look at him at that podium. He's so transparent about his policy positions that you can't even see him. A GOP candidate in Arizona was arrested for masturbating in his car outside of a preschool. According to the arrest report, he told the officer, "I'm sorry, I'm really stressed." Hey, how's your stress level now, bud? That work out for you? Manhattan Congressional candidate Mike Ickes is proving that he can lead from the front, the back, or in reverse cowgirl. The sex-positive candidate released a porn video that has young voters everywhere turning to abstinence and therapy. If you're the parent of a young voter, now would be a good time to teach them about the potential dangers of clicking on any links associated with political candidates. New polls show that as the economy worsens, the GOP is pulling ahead. But before you go vote for another round of trickle-down economics, let me tell you why that trickle is actually pee. First up, the GOP wants to cut Medicare and Social Security, because taking away benefits from people who are already struggling always helps. They're also planning on expanding tax cuts for corporations, which could add $600 billion to the deficit. And why not? It's worked 100% of the time. Every time a corporation gets a tax break, they immediately take the extra money, run down to the street corner, and hand it out to filthy orphans passing by, solving poverty immediately. It's never not gone exactly like that. Except, of course, every single time it's been tried. Listen, I get why you'd want to vote against the people in power when things aren't going well, but the entire global economy is in the exact same boat as us. A change in leadership doesn't mean things get easier for you. It means you're on your own when they get harder. And they will get harder, like that congressman's dong in that porn video. America's so fucking weird. Ron DeSantis cares about immigrants. He cares so much, in fact, that he and his pals in Texas are willing to go to extreme lengths to expedite visas. And that is why they flew migrants to Martha's Vineyard. Not xenophobia, not even to score some cheap political points. Nope. Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott relocated those migrants so that law enforcement would have no choice but to expedite a bunch of visas so they can stay in the country and testify against their alleged victimizers. Way to sacrifice your careers for the downtrodden, guys. Liz Truss has resigned as Prime Minister after just 6 short weeks in office. The following interview was filmed before that happened, but you should still watch it anyway because it's funny. Folks, America is not the only country with a very interesting government. Here with us today from the Interesting Times is our chief British politics correspondent, Matt Johnston. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you.
So I really only have one main question for you, which is, What in the fresh hell is going on with your government?
No, it's not really a fresh hell. It's a hell that's past its sell-by date. It's been left out in the sun, decayed, to the point of being unrecognizable as hell, really. And then Liz Truss appears, and we all remember, oh yes, this is purgatory.
The former chancellor has been sacked, and now Jeremy Hunt is here, and he's promptly undone everything that Liz Truss tried to do. So is he also terrible, or has he provided maybe a little ray of hope?
Jeremy Hunt, when he was health secretary, refused to give a pay rise promised to health staff, tried to close hospitals in some of the poorer parts of London, supports reducing the abortion limit. Oh, and he's also likened the EU to the old Soviet Union. So in answer to your question, yes, he's an improvement.
Terrific. Well, congratulations on that. So for those Americans who have been very busy with their Netflix queue, why is Liz Truss now competing with a head of lettuce?
There is a paper in the UK called the Daily Star who has set up a YouTube live stream of a picture of Liz Truss and a lettuce to see which lasts longer. Now, this is a very simple, bland and unpopular vegetable, but hopefully she won't be in office for too long.
So one of the things that I admire about Brightons is that if you have a bad leader, you can actually get rid of them, like Boris Johnson. So for us, it takes an act of God to get rid of somebody before their term limit is up. So how long do you think Liz Truss has in office?
Let me put it this way. A poll came out on Tuesday showing she has a net approval rating of -70 amongst the British public. To put that in context, Putin is at -74. The problem is that we as Britons can't get rid of her till 2024 when we have a general election. She was voted in by the Conservative Party membership, a bunch of paranoid, racist octogenarians who are less than 1% of the population. And they get to choose the next lunatic. Welcome to the mother of all parliaments.
And once Liz is finally booted out, who do you think is next in line to replace her?
Good question. Suella Braverman is Home Secretary. She has a warmth of Lauren Boubert, but with a vocabulary. Rishi Sunak was Chancellor, the one in charge of money, was living at 11 Downing Street at taxpayers' expense, while his billionaire wife wasn't even paying taxes. And he got annoyed that people got annoyed at that. Penny Mordaunt is leader of the House of Commons and part-time Disney villain. Now, one person we haven't spoken about is Defence Secretary Ben Wallace, who is everyone's favourite to take over from Johnson. He does have the look of an egg about to break through concentrating too hard. But he's calm, capable, and clever. How clever? Well, clever enough to say he doesn't want to be PM. But if it was down to me, I would check the availability of that lettuce.
Yes, I would love to know who that lettuce's agent is. So what is happening right now is quite extraordinary. Have you ever seen a period like this in British history?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Jack the Ripper? I mean, it's horrific, savage, all taking place in London. And in about 100 years' time, we still won't have a clue who is responsible for any of it.
Got it. Okay. And as you know, the US and the UK have always had a very special relationship once we got the Treaty of Ghent sorted. So is there anything that we as Americans can do to help our British friends during these trying times?
Yes, a couple of things. Biden last week said he thought Liz Truss policies were a bad idea. Now, a lot of people are saying he shouldn't get involved, when the obvious answer is yes, get involved, but sooner. Also, and I appreciate you're probably just going to say no, but Boris Johnson was born in New York, meaning he's essentially American. Just saying, it would solve one less horror show for us to think about.
So you need us to take him back?
Please.
I will have to check and see if we have any availability in the insane egomaniac politicians cabinet there, but let me double check and I'll get back to you about that, okay?
Well, it's worth pointing out America has something like 3 time zones. I'm sure you can lose him in one of those.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll stick him in Nebraska. Nobody lives there. All right, everyone, go check out The Interesting Times on YouTube, and please be sure to subscribe, and then you will have your 2 favorite news sources totally covered. Matt, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Pleasure.
And for those of you keeping tabs, the lettuce is now the victor in that particular competition. Former President Obama admitted that Democrats can be a buzzkill sometimes. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm just gonna have some cashews.
Oh, cashews. So I guess you don't care about salamanders?
What do you mean?
Cashew farming is the leading cause of death for the Bavarian salamander. But sure, enjoy your little snack.
5 minutes later.
I'd like to apologize to all the very brave members of the salamander community and let you know that I've switched to pistachios.
Wouldn't it be faster to just club the baby sea turtles with a cinder block?
Oh no. This week featured a slew of billionaires behaving badly on social media. Trump kicked things off by urging Jews to get their act together and appreciate him more, which totally worked. Then Kanye said, "Hold my cough syrup," and decided to declare some kind of war on the Jews, which got him kicked off social media. So then he decided to buy Parler, because if there's one thing someone going through a mental health crisis needs, it's a way to broadcast their thoughts to more people. Then Elon Musk showed up to help. Did it work?
Do you now regret saying
I update
DEFCON
every
3
day.
on Jewish
update-
people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not.
Great work, Elon. These three cannot handle social media. Truth Social is drowning, Elon's about to buy a platform that regularly causes the SEC to investigate him, and Parler this week revealed a whole bunch of its private investors by forgetting to BCC them, resulting in an insane reply-all chain. Then there's Mackenzie Scott, who donated $85 million to the Girl Scouts. New rule, she's the only billionaire allowed to buy or create a social media platform. Great news for the metaverse. Avatars will finally have legs, which is a completely reasonable thing to not have had up until now. Yep, any sane business person would be like, "Oh, there's a large chunk of their bodies missing? What a well-developed product, let's ship it!" Zuck is hoping that the leg thing hooks users after a new report shows that people who use Horizon Worlds don't come back after the first month. This guy shouldn't have a social media platform either. His brain is turned to jello. Hand it over to Mackenzie. Go on, give it. Saudi Arabia has sentenced a U.S. citizen to 16 years in prison for his tweet. That tweet read, "Talk to Ye today and express my concerns about his recent tweet," which I think he took to heart. Netflix has a new policy that will limit password sharing among users. I think I'm going to have the relatives using my login fight it out in a battle royale. First up, Uncle Jerry versus second cousin once removed Kevin. Let's get bloody, fellas. And now let's see how Olivia Wilde's publicist is doing.
All right, time to have a little coffee. Check the news. Oh God, it's happening again. Hi, Olivia. No, not busy at all. Having a real chill day. Do you want to maybe leave the country for a couple of months? No. I know I said I was going to stop drinking, but I am not. Not today. Mom, you were right. I'm sorry. Is it too late to go to law school?
A new company is promising root canals from a robot. What happens when I run out of quarters for the robot halfway through? No thanks. If I wanted to get my tooth drilled by something incapable of empathy, I'd go to my regular endodontist. Virus researchers at Boston University, who have never seen a horror movie, have taken the first tentative steps to dooming us all. These researchers have finally produced a strain of COVID with an 80% cure rate. Now we wait on tenterhooks for the inevitable close of a briefcase being snapped shut and a fast cut to an open test tube laying ominously on an empty desk. Fans of Armageddon, the bad one, not the really bad one with Bruce Willis, will be tickled to hear about the new invasive Asian jumping worm, which likes to eat all the topsoil so that plants can't grow and we all starve. Yay! We've also accidentally imported the Asian spotted lanternfly and the Asian Joro spider, which love to cause similar trouble. Hey Asia, we love your sushi and pho and BTS, so what about an invasive species that's tasty, huh? One we can deep fry and serve at Burger King. Invasive species on a toasted sesame seed bun with pickles and ketchup. Yay! In other fast food news, Arby's announced the release of Arby's Smoked Bourbon. This bourbon will help you forget that you just ate at Arby's. Taco Bell is defending its prices after a financial analyst said he spent $28 on lunch there. But they're both missing the point. The value of Taco Bell isn't the price. It's the ability to completely clean out your bowels before a colonoscopy. Hey, how about a little good news for once? Monkeypox cases are declining sharply in the US. Also, over-the-counter hearing aids just came out that'll save people hundreds each year. And best of all, researchers think they may be close to having a cancer vaccine. Was this strange tingling in my chest? Is that hope? Nah, it's just heartburn from all the Taco Bell. A house in Texas is being haunted by sexy ghosts.
Oh baby, yeah. Yeah, I like it like that.
Okay, ghosts, that's some pretty standard issue dirty talk. Be more creative, have fun with it. what is it specifically about ghost taint that gets you so excited? Do some journaling, for hell's sake. And finally tonight, a Florida clown murder trial is on hold after the discovery of a clown sighting file. Some are saying this is unusual, but it's actually standard procedure in any Florida clown murder trial. That wraps up this week's Friday Phoenix. Smash that subscribe button and go early vote!